Welcome back to another episode. This episode is about how to achieve anything you set your mind to. Now, there are some factors included. Let me get a little closer. Time to get your paper and pen and write this down. So, you ever ask yourself, why is motivation the key to everything? So in this video, you're going to find out why motivation is the key to everything. Feeling motivated to get up out the bed in the morning. Think about it. You either are or you aren't, right? Especially on a Monday. Getting in the gym, sticking to a routine, that requires motivation, right? Thinking about the emotions involved when you are motivated or when you're not. That is why emotions rule motivation. Think about how you feel when it's time to make a choice. Are you motivated based off of feeling good or motivated based off of feeling bad? Right? What does this have to even do with motivation? Your emotions themselves. Why? Because your emotions drive your feelings, and your feelings drive your actions. You'll say, well, I don't feel like it, right? Well, do you really? Honestly, reap positive benefits from making choices based off of how you feel. You got to ask yourself that, right? We will learn how to hijack your emotion. So I am reading from one of my ebooks titled Master Motivation. Okay, so I'm going to be reading from that ebook. Chapter 3 talks about hijacking your emotions to better fit your motivation, right? So you're going to think of ways that your environment influences your motivation. Using your wants to get out of bed on time every time, right? Chapter 4 talks about visualization. This is the motivation to get anything you want. You're going to see yourself focused on the betterment of the outcome, right? You're going to learn how to defocus on the fear, because right now motivation can pull you downward, right? So you'll feel a lack of motivation when you're focusing on the fear. Priming, right? You're going to learn how to amp yourself up and hype yourself up so that you are feeling motivated to make the best choice. Again, environment will be talked about in chapter 4, visualization, because you may be stuck in the current environment that you see, but when it comes to mastering a certain goal and actually motivating yourself to bring it into fruition, you're going to need to visualize a different environment. You're going to need to visualize yourself in the environment that you wish to be in, not the current environment. Chapter 5 will talk about the energy problem, right? Working with the rewiring of your brain, stress, hormones, and different endorphins that actually affect how we feel on a daily basis, right? Affects how much we're able to gear ourselves up. More priming in that chapter. Chapter 6, we're going to talk about training like a Navy SEAL. Why is it important to learn how to train like a Navy SEAL? Well, because Navy SEALs, they practice positive reinforcement within self, right? So with all of the condition that they go through, they have to have positive self-talk, and that is done by way of meditation. So you'll learn different key factors of meditation that Navy SEALs practice. Chapter 7, we talk about correct goal setting. So do you know how to set a goal and actually attain that goal? Or are you constantly telling yourself, I want to do this, I want to make this happen, but actually not making it happen, right? So you will learn ways to correctly set a goal. Be realistic, right? Be very specific. You have to know that it's a goal that you can actually attain. Are you fit for it? Do you have the resources? If not, how can you attain those resources? We'll be able to attain them in a certain amount of time to hit this goal. 30, 60, 90 days, sometimes 14 days, right? But is it measurable? Can you do it, right? And chapter 8, we're talking about all work and no play, because sometimes when you are working on and diligently working on it, a goal requires you to give it all work and take out a lot of playing. So that means extracurricular activities, hanging out with friends, binge watching, Netflix shows, sometimes too much YouTube. You learn what you need to learn, right? You get your notes and then you implement it right away so that it's actually beneficial. It's not just knowledge, it's now practiced experience in life, because you're going to take what you've learned and apply it, right? You're not just going to watch. So, now that we have all of that in outline of what master motivation requires, what does that mean in the real world? How are we really gearing ourselves up, priming ourselves, visualizing a better environment, right? Okay, you wake up. It's Monday. Your weekend was what? How was your weekend? Let's say the weekend was okay. You didn't really get to go out, but you got your errands done, the house is clean. So now it's Monday and you're dreading going to work. How can you gear yourself up in this moment? Well, number one, be thankful. Gratitude is the number one way to prime yourself into a higher dimension. Be grateful that you have a place of employment to get to, right? So you're getting up, you're going, you're doing what you have to do for your job. Number one, you're getting in the mirror, you're saying your affirmations, you're explaining, you're announcing how proud and grateful you are of this job. I am so very grateful now that I have a job to go to. I have income coming in and I'll never go without. I am so very grateful now that I have a roof over my head, I have clothes on my back, my body is able and well, and actually all is well right here and right now. Things of that nature requires consistent and diligent action. So every day you're going to get up until you feel like you don't have to do it anymore, until it's embedded in you and it's just a part of your character. So you don't even have to think twice about it. When you wake up, you're in the mirror, sometimes you just say it in your mind. You won't need to say it out loud. Okay? Going out throughout the day, you have to focus on what you can control. You can't control everyone, you can't control everything. So pick and choose your battles is a life skill. Do not take things personally. Everyone is dealing with their own mess. So what mess are you carrying around, right? So you're either going to leave it at home, you're going to leave it into yesterday, and you're going to walk the streets, you're going to go to work, you're going to go to school, deal with people in your environment in a healthy way. Not with baggage on your shoulders, not thinking, oh, this person is after me. Deal with your stuff, breathe. If you need to let tears out, go somewhere, let it out. If you need to get some words out, don't let it be a projection towards the wrong person or, wrong situation. That's how you get through the day. In your environment, eventually, I don't care how long it takes, every day you're going to prime yourself up to visualize the environment that you want to see. If you want to live in a different space, start to research where you want to live, how you want to live. You begin to slowly declutter, right? Slowly organize, slowly plan. And the next thing you know, that's your structure, that's your way of living. So that's going to carry you on to when you move, to when you physically move, because you will be moving very soon. So claim that. These are things that you have to claim. Go ahead and announce and affirm out with your mouth and think of it in your mind. Okay? And when you're feeling very low, when it seems like none of this is working, right? It's time to rest. Pull inward. More sleep, more water, more vegetables, more fruits. Make sure that you are physically nourishing yourself, because this is very spiritual. It's very metaphysical. These are manifestations that you can't see yet, and I understand why it would be hard to think, well, how can I obtain this? When is it going to happen? For sure, right? Like when. Don't focus on the when. Focus on how motivated you are to achieve this thing. Focus on waking up every day, motivated and grateful and thankful to go to work, right? And this is how it's going to draw near you, not be resistant and pushed away from you, because you're constantly wondering, well, when that force on you is actually pushing the manifestation away. But when you are motivated, what it does, it draws it near you. So that way you're doing things, itsy bitsy little spider things, to pull it near you, like you're fixing your credit, paying your bills on time. You understand what I'm saying? So that when it's time to move, your paperwork is clear. You're meditating, you're praying, so that when you get in flushed situations, you're able to better deal with them. Right? So these are just small ways that you can achieve anything that you set your mind to, because the key is to master yourself and learn ways that you are triggered, that you are fulfilled, and that you are actually seeking that next level, right? So what are your stages? What are your specifics, values, and morals, and your standards? Very important to know. All right, guys. So I'll see you on the next episode of Coach ATV. Bye.